What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the GameFreak. Today I am going to go over my top 10 favorite games on the Evercade to date. Now, I have stated in previous videos, originally I wanted to get the full collection of carts, but since I believe it was when I purchased the Codemasters collection, I figured, you know what? I am not going to go for this whole collection because there are just some carts that I'm not ever going to play because I personally don't like those games. So I was like, you know what? I'm only going to get the carts that I am interested in, that has games on that I know that I do like already. And, some carts I will buy because there are certain games that are intriguing to me that I've never played before, but I want to check out, see if I like them. So I did end up going against getting the full collection, which I don't care. It's saving me money, and it makes me enjoy the Evercade actually more, knowing that I'm going to play games that I do enjoy. So let's go over my top 10 favorite games to date. Let's check these out. At number 10, we have Earth Defense Force. Now, this game is on the Jelco Arcade 1 collection. By no means is this the best flying shoot 'em up I've ever played. In fact, it's not even in my top 10 of that genre. Regardless, it's an enjoyable game and it has some decent replay value. At number 9, we have Demons of Astaborg. This is a side-scrolling platformer, and I guess you could also call it a Metroidvania. It almost has a Castlevania meets Ghouls and Ghosts vibe to it. It has a good challenge to it and definitely scratches that 16-bit itch. At number 8, I have Zero Wing. This flying shooter is found on Toaplan Arcade Collection 1. If you're a fan of games like R-Type or Life Force, you'll definitely enjoy this game. I personally think this is one of the standout flying shooters that Evercade has offered us. I go back and replay this one quite often. At number 7, we have Thunderhoop 2. This game is found on the Galco Arcade 2 cart. After really enjoying the first Thunderhoop on the Galco Arcade 1 cart, I was excited to try the second. This side-scrolling platformer could also be considered a run-and-gun type game. It's an absolute blast and became a personal favorite rather quickly. At number 6, we have Wardner. Wardner is a side-scrolling platformer on the Toaplan Arcade 2 cart. I originally bought this cart for the flying shooters, but this game quickly became my favorite. It's a fun little adventure platform with an old school charm to it. At number 5, we have In the Hunt. This is a side-scrolling shooter in which you control a submarine. This game is both beautiful and a blast from start to finish. It's easily the standout game on the Irem arcade cart. Though you'll need to continue often, this game is a blast. Think of Metal Slug, but in a sub. Great game. At number 4, we have Full Void. This is the first single game cart for the Evercade, and if I'm not mistaken, Evercade is the only platform you can get a physical copy of this game. It contains elements of action, adventure, and puzzles to solve. It has an eerie and lonesome feeling to it. Though it's not an intense combat style game, the beautiful artwork and exploration aspect really caught my attention. At number 3, we have Alwa's Awakening. Now, this game, I'm glad I gave a second chance. This is a true old school action adventure platformer. On top of using your weapon to take out enemies and break through some walls, you also obtain a variety of magic abilities that you'll need to complete certain areas and defeat certain enemies. Smooth controls, a good challenge, and a fairly decent sized world made this a very enjoyable game. At number 2, we have the Duke Nukem 2 Remaster. This was everything I wish the original Duke Nukem 2 was. Though the graphics were only slightly more polished, it was the gameplay that really stuck out. The controls were buttery smooth with great response. The background colors were a bit brighter and gave the game a little more pop. The Duke Nukem Collection 1 cart is definitely one I highly recommend. And finally, at number 1, we have Cathedral. Cathedral is by far the game I've spent the most time playing since I entered the Evercade ecosystem. Think of a cross between Shovel Knight, Castlevania, and Faxanadu, and you get Cathedral. I love everything about this game. The controls, the combat, the world layouts, and even the weird soundtrack. Evercade needs more platformers like Cathedral, a simply awesome game. So, those are my top 10 personal favorite games on the Evercade so far. I really hope Evercade keeps giving us some more of this retro goodness. I love playing these older games. Brings back a lot of memories, and some of these games, I've never played before, so it was pretty cool finding them. And I wouldn't have been able to, well, I shouldn't say I wouldn't have been able to find them, but I would have never even thought of them unless I bought one of the Evercade carts with multiple games on it. So really cool. I like what Blaze does and the way that they do it. They're not always all good games, but you find some that, like I said, you've never played before, and I've ran into quite a few of them that way. So really cool thing. I'd also love to hear what your top 10 favorite games are on the Evercade so far in the comment section. I like reading stuff like that. So if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out this channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And until the next video, game on, everybody.